Hello, and welcome to the training session for Somerset County FC's player accounts. We've gotten some questions on how exactly this works and how everybody can access scheduling, and this would be a perfect opportunity to walk you through accepting your account and then being able to see all the features that are accessible through your account. I'm going to share my screen with you, and we'll get started. Okay. First, I'm going to make you dizzy, and and then we'll hop to it. All right. So when you open up your email account, you are going to receive an invitation from Sports Engine, and it's the sender is Sports Engine, but the subject will have not only our name in it, but your child's name in it that's being invited. And it would look like this, and you're going to simply accept invite. In this case, I have accepted the invite. But just to kind of give you an idea as to what it looks like, if you've never created an account before, you're going to get the screen that looks like this. And you're going to enter your first name, your last name. It will already have your email address, so this field won't be here. But you will enter in a password. Remember, it needs to be characters, one uppercase letter, one lowercase letter, or a number. Your date of birth, not your child's, and then you're going to hit create account. But in this case, I've already created an account, so I'm just going to go ahead and sign in. And I'm going to sign into the account that I created for Haven. And the reason being is because it will show me less options than my other account, but I just want to close out of everything else. So I want to confuse it because I've got so much stuff going on up here now. And hopefully it'll do it, but with cookie settings, it kind of goes back and forth. So yes, all right, perfect. So when you come in, it's going to ask you to accept the invitation in the yellow bar that currently says signed out successfully, but in this bar, it would say something to the effect of, this is an account for Haven Sorrels on the 2011 girls team. Would you like to accept this account? Yes or no, what have you, and then you're going to accept yes. All right. So the things that I just want to point out really quickly, the first most important tab on here is your profile. And on your profile, you'll see that I'm able to add email addresses. So I added in J Sarles at Somerset County FC, and I added in grandma as well, mkatesarles@gmail. I can add in my player as well for those that have older players, just so that they can also have oversight. They get the invitations to the games and to the training sessions, as well as any other alerts that we may put out. If there's inclement weather, it's a good reason to have multiple people connected to it. Because some of us are quick and they have the apps on their phone so they can see it. And then some of us may be using the desktop only. So just to kind of give you some options to review your account. And as you can see, there is under site memberships, this is to our website, and this is to the team that I'm directly connected to. If you have multiple players or if you have multiple teams, for one player, you're going to see all those listed as well. And I'll show you that under my actual account and not this one, but just so that you can see a cleaner, simpler site, I wanted to go to here so that you can see that. So back to what I was saying, you've got groups, and currently for this account, this is the only one that I have, and I can send messages a few different ways, and I'll show you some ways that we can send emails. Registrations, once you filled out a registration, which you must do for all of your players, it will be accessible on this page, so you can edit your registrations at a later point. And that's just good to know in case anything has changed. And sometimes we do power pay bills, like for your tuition, and you would find it here. No bills due right now. But when I do, if I do, this is when it would pop up. And I think we're going to put that on hold for this year. We did a trial run last year. for last season. We had those that it worked perfectly for, others that still kind of preferred, to hand in a physical check. So we're still working that out, but for the time being, this feature is here, just not being utilized at the moment. Okay, so we do have a message tab, and I'm going to show you what this looks like in my main account, but just to kind of get you familiar with some of these tabs before you get the chaos of my bigger account. And then schedule. And I did add in something in here. So, and I want to show you this for a few reasons. So you can access your schedule from a few places, and this being one of the places. And again, if you use the app, which I highly recommend, you can easily go back and forth in your app and accept the invitations. But if for some reason, sometimes the iPhones have a little bit of an issue, or if there's an update that is released, updates, much like, in every other facet in your life, is probably undone something. So if at all you have a problem, you can always come back to the screen. You can always log in, and you can edit your attendance to the games. And I do recommend that if there is an issue, whether you're not sure you're able to come, or if you're not able to come, if you could just, it's really simple. And just to kind of give us a heads up, if your player is injured, we do like to keep note of that, and as well as to, follow up and perhaps during any practices, just be aware that the player may need to, have a modified practice session as opposed to doing something full, which may irritate some injury, or they may not be able to train at all that day, and maybe they're just going to be there to support, or what have you. So it's just kind of good to give us that heads up as to what's going on in your child's life. So I'm just going to go back to the dashboard. So again, this is what it looks like. I'm going to log out, and I'm going to log back in, but I want you to know what it looks like when you come from the website. If I can actually do it correctly, that'd be great. Okay, here we go. So it's going to mess with me a little bit. So this is what it would look like if you were me as the admin. But this is the full website if you were looking at it just as a regular user. And then all we would do is go to the top here, top left-hand corner-ish, and we're going to log in. So I'm going to go back into this account. Again, just less features, less busyness to look at. And then we're back here. So from here, I have a down arrow, and I can get to all of those tabs that I had seen before. So if I click on these, I'm going to go back to that same page. So if I just go to, we'll say schedule. You see it looks like it did before. Now, one thing that's not present at the moment, but will be present later, if I were to, and you can kind of toggle back and forth, if I were to have emails, up here there would be a little message guy letting me know that there's some messages sitting there for me. And I'm going to log into my other account to show you that. But I do want to show you something else really quickly. I want to go back to my profile. And, it talked about being able to, okay, if the profile wants to come, did talk about going and adding other people to the account. And this is important. Once an account has been accepted, I am no longer able to, and me as an admin, I'm no longer able to do anything to the account. I cannot access the account to add any emails nor take them away. So now if you've changed your email accounts, this is going to be something that you're going to have to do on your end. So you will have to log back in and then just modify it. And you can even modify the main email address on the account as well. So any of this information you can remove, change. I can make any of these people primary instead of myself. But that's just something that, just to keep in mind. Another thing is whatever emails are on here are also getting notifications. And so let's just go over to John. I don't know what else is over here, but I sent out gonna just, I sent out an invite for training. And while he is not the main account, I am, he still received the training invite. So anytime I post something, it is going to all of the email accounts under that profile, all of them. So there's no need to worry about forwarding it to somebody or copying somebody. So long as their email address is on the account, they will also get that same notification. And so even from here, he can indicate whether, this child is going or not going. And I just want to go back into my Yahoo account. So after I accepted the invitation, it gave me a little welcome message. I did need to confirm whether or not I had gotten it. So, you do get this. And it's nice because the bottom of this, it gives you the options, and I always send it to, but it gives you the options to access your apps. So you can go straight into the app and download it. You can change your settings. You can see your schedule and respond to RSVPs, send or view messages. It's really nice features. Now, one other thing I want to show you. Nope, let's not do that. Here is that invite again. So now I'm the main account. But I was able to get it, and so is Dad. So no matter how many emails you have on here, and I'm probably driving Grandma crazy too. So let's see if I can get over to Grandma's account really quickly. I have everybody's account connected to me. Oh, no, Grandma's not on here. But I am able to, from each one of the accounts, I should check my phone actually, from each one of the accounts, see these invites. So if for some reason you're not seeing it, I would just check your promotions and your spam. And it's very important to make sure that you are able to make this Sports Engine account a safe sender, because you will get emails from Sports Engine, you will get it from Somerset County FC, and you will also get it from MailChimp. So whenever you see those emails, just make sure they're safe. They're on the safe list so that you're getting them directly into your inbox and not to your promotions, which John tends to get them in promotions or in your spam folders. And then that would pretty much be the only thing that you really kind of need to look out for. But like I said, from any of the accounts, you are able to get your full invites for any of the events, plus any of our email blasts. So I will send out, the fields are wet and we're unfortunately going to cancel practice for today. You will get it to all those email accounts at the same time. So very, very important. And what I'll do next, not on this tutorial, but another tutorial, I will walk through some of the features of the app. And I will also go through some of our registration process as well. So just want to get this out so that anybody that's not feeling like, they're able to get the same permissions as another account holder, maybe, the husband set it up. And so now the wife is like, well, I do need to be included on things. You are included. There's no exclusion whatsoever, as long as your name was included on the email. And if I did it initially, or if John did it initially, where we set you up and added you as one of the account holders, you're all good to go. But if for some reason we did not get that information up front, no worries. The person that holds the account is able to just add you in very simply. And it was just a matter of, and actually you guys don't see that page. It was just a matter of coming to this page and adding an email address. So, and like I said, let's just say, Grandma is getting way too many. She's like, Christina, I can't do this anymore. All right, no problem, Grandma, you're off. You don't have to worry about that anymore. And you can also see that you have linked accounts. So if you have several different accounts and they're connected to your name somehow, you'll see them as well. And actually what I could do is I could sign out of here and show you through my bigger account, the main account, what that would look like. And it may just default to, this one. All right, so as you can see, large amount of emails in this account. But this does go across many teams. This is not just one. This is about 9 teams. And let's go to my profile. So here I have a few more teams. However, I'm not attached to all of them because I should have a lot more. So I will have to ask my husband to add me to some of the other ones. But here are 3 of them that I am attached to. And I do have Grandma on here for some interesting reason. I'm surprised she hasn't said anything to me about that. And recent comments, things that were going on in the games. So pretty much this was in the app. If somebody had sent in a comment regarding a specific game, which is what I was doing at the time, just to let them know what was going on for those games last minute. Again, here are my groups and my registrations. Now this registration was already completed, but this is just to kind of show you that I can go back into here and I can edit this, but I will walk you through exactly how to do the registration. And as the seasons progress, you will do less and less for these registrations. So for your initial one, you will have to complete it in its entirety, and then the following registrations, all you do is pretty much just confirm that everything is still correct, and you don't have to do as much as far as inputting. So that's really nice. And just to kind of go back to our schedule, you can access it from here, and I can see what I need to respond to. So if I just want to, and you see how this was updated because today all of our fields are closed. The township will, send out an alert to us and let us know that the fields aren't playable. They prefer not have the grasses ripped up. So they'll send us a message just letting us know, and then we'll send it out immediately. We try to get this out, several hours in advance. Sometimes the township is delayed in letting us know, or sometimes they don't let us know at all, and we physically visit the fields to confirm whether or not, us playing would possibly cause them damage, or whether or not there's standing water. And unfortunately, that's happened in the last few weeks with this extreme weather, where we've had to cancel. But so I would just click on one of these, and then I'm going to confirm, and I'm going and save. And then for our messages, as you can see, again, there's plenty of messages here, and you can see who they were sent to and from. All right, go to this one. And that's all I would really say. I can reply to this. I've got that option. I could just move to trash, which is what I'll do. Maybe not have so many emails in here. I do need to clean this out just a little bit. But again, I think the biggest thing is I just want you guys to feel comfortable. Oh, I'm going to the wrong site. Feel comfortable with, yeah, you don't have to worry about this, but we are a part of EDP, which is why it's connected to us. Feel comfortable with, accessing the website, being able to log in from the website in order to find your schedules, and in order to, just keep apprised of what's going on with your player. Obviously, having some households that, mom and dad are not in the same household, it really is important that you guys are able to, have a way of, patching up any potential holes. The practice schedules may alter, and so in order for things to kind of be more fluid, it is a great tool to have, adding in, multiple email addresses. So if you have any issues with that, please let us know. You do have to accept your account. And I do see that there are a few accounts that have not been accepted yet. So I am going to go through and just make sure that they are accepted. What you'll see are multiple invites you'll see an invite from me. And it will look just like what we had seen previously, which was this. So it will look like this, and I'll just keep sending these until you accept them so that you can get to your account. So the only way you're going to be able to even see your emails is if you accept this account. And the only way that the people connected to your account are going to be able to see their emails and invites is if you accept your account. So that's the only brick wall. If you haven't accepted this yet, it's not going to function. And so unfortunately, there's not much I can do outside of just sending you the reminder to accept it. So if you have any problems and you don't remember having to do any of the steps in regards to coming into, oh, I can't even do it, but coming to the page and creating an account, then we need you to do that immediately. We need you to go in, create the account through the link that I provided you, and it'll come up with something very similar to this, minus this email address part, because it will already be populated from the information it has in the system. So if you have any problems from this point, please, let me know, and we can, send you out another email, or I can walk you through on the field. Or I can do a webinar with you one-on-one and we can kind of figure it out. But I just want to make sure that everybody has access, especially as we approach our upcoming season. I want everybody to get all of their alerts and notifications as soon as possible without delays. And again, I totally understand when you need to have multiple people accessing the information for the game schedules and the practice schedules. It is very important to have everybody on the same page. All right. So the next tutorial that you should probably peruse would be our registration tutorial, which will be out shortly, if not already available. And thank you so much for your time.